Hello and a very warm welcome. I am Yahya Gallant and you're watching Firstpost. In the next few minutes, we get you the top 50 updates from around the world, only here on Fast and Factual. Let's get started. Our top focus comes in from West Asia. A gunman killed 3 Israeli civilians in West Bank yesterday. The attack took place in commercial cargo area near the Allenby Bridge border, crossing with Jordan. The Israeli security forces shot the attacker dead and closed all 3 of its land borders with Jordan. The Israeli army has released a video showing its alleged strikes on Hamas targets in Gaza. According to a local medic, Israeli strikes have killed at least 61 people in the last 48 hours. This as Israeli forces continue to battle Hamas men across the Strip. Israeli Defence Minister Yoav Gallant has said that Israel is preparing for a possible escalation and fight against Hezbollah in Lebanon. The remarks were made during his visit to Gaza's Netzarim corridor, which splits the Strip into northern and southern zones. Gallant also vowed to eliminate Hamas and catch Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar, the mastermind behind the October 7 attacks on Israel. Meanwhile, thousands of Israelis hit the streets in Tel Aviv yesterday. The protesters pushed the Israeli government to seal a deal with Hamas to secure release of hostages held captive in Gaza. Anti-government protesters and families of hostages together staged demonstrations. During the protest, a scuffle also broke out between the protesters and the police, and several demonstrators were arrested. According to Prince of Abu Dhabi, Sheikh Khalid bin Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan is on his first official visit to India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held talks with Crown Prince in New Delhi today. His 2-day visit is aimed at expanding bilateral cooperation between India and the UAE. Earlier in the day, the Crown Prince paid tribute to Mahatma Gandhi at Rajghat. He's scheduled to attend a business forum in Mumbai tomorrow. Mpox arrives in India has detected its first suspected case of Mpox. A male patient who recently returned from a country affected by the virus has been kept in isolation. The Indian Health Ministry has said that established protocols are in place and contact tracing is being carried out. The Health Ministry has said there is no cause for alarm. Congress party leader Rahul Gandhi is visiting to the United States. The trip marks his first visit to the country as India's leader of opposition in the lower house of the parliament. Rahul Gandhi criticized Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the ruling BJP and its parent organization RSS. Gandhi said nobody is scared of PM Modi or the BJP and that the fear of BJP vanished with the 2024 general election. The remarks were made during his address to Indian diaspora in Dallas. The Indian diaspora in over 130 across 25 countries staged protests yesterday. The protest was to demand justice for a trainee doctor who was raped and murdered in Kolkata last month. The demonstrators were held in countries like Japan, Australia, Taiwan and Singapore and in several parts of Europe and the US. Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump has overtaken his Democratic rival Kamala Harris in a major national poll. This has happened for the first time in weeks. The New York Times Siena College poll shows Trump leading Harris 48% to 47% among likely voters. Trump's lead comes ahead of his first debate with Harris on September 10. In the US, Kentucky police continue their manhunt for a 32-year-old suspect who opened fire at cars traveling at an interstate highway yesterday. The attack injured at least 5 officials. The officials have also launched a search operation in southeast region of the state. In Pakistan, thousands of supporters of former Prime Minister Imran Khan gathered on the outskirts of Islamabad. The protesters carried out a rally demanding Khan's release. The PTI leader has been in prison for over a year now on more than 150 charges. The Islamabad administration blocked key entry points into the city and deployed a riot police to curb possible unrest. The police used tear gas to disperse the protesting crowd. Algerian authorities have declared President Abdelmadjid Tebboune the winner of the election held over the weekend. According to Algerian Electoral Board, Tebboune received 95% of the vote, which is enough to avoid a second-round runoff election. The country saw a voter turnout of at least 48%. A fuel truck collided with another truck carrying cattle and people in Nigeria. The collision led to an explosion that killed at least 48 people. The incident occurred in the Agui area in north-central Nigerian state of Niger. In climate news now, Typhoon Yagi has killed at least 59 people in northern Vietnam. Officials say that the typhoon has left at least 299 people injured. The authorities have warned of more flooding in the northern region of the country, and experts are calling Yagi the strongest typhoon of Asia in 2024. In southern India's Vijayawada city, incessant monsoon rains triggered severe flooding over the weekend. At least 32 people died due to flood-related incidents. Rescue teams helped dozens of people to reach safety shelters via boats. Some rescuers also sustained injuries during the evacuation operations. Weather department says more rain is expected in the city in the coming days. In South Korea's capital Seoul, over 30,000 protesters gathered to protest against the government's inaction towards climate change. They sought authorities to take more aggressive actions. The protesters gathered in the Gangnam area, where most of the large corporations are based. The protesters allege that these companies significantly contribute to the climate crisis through their carbon emissions. In the U.S. city of Los Angeles, a raging wildfire is threatening tens of thousands of houses. The wildfire is raging in the foothills of National Forest situated in the east of the city. Over 600 firefighters are trying to contain the blaze, along with choppers dropping water from the sky. Experts fear that the predicted thunderstorms can worsen the situation. In the northern Romanian region of Maramureș, wildfires led to evacuation of at least 90 people. According to reports, the blaze torched over 500 hectares of land. Several buildings were also damaged by the fire. Government has deployed at least 250 firefighters to douse the flames. Continuing with wildfires, Bolivia has declared a national emergency due to raging forest fires in the country. Officials say this protocol will allow the nation to get international help quickly. Bolivia has witnessed the largest number of wildfires this year since 2010. At least 3 million hectares of land has been burnt to ashes. In Brazil's Amazon rainforest, drought has brought water levels in the rivers to a record low. People who depend on the river water are struggling to access it. The water has now become too dirty for human consumption. Residents are solely dependent on government supplies. Experts warn that the water level in the Amazon basin is expected to drop to historic low levels this year. On to business and tech news now. Consumer prices in China rose slightly last month. In August, the inflation rate stood at 0.6% compared to the same period last year. A surge in vegetable prices pushed inflation as parts of China saw extreme weather events. However, the data provides little relief to the country, which is facing a slump in consumer prices since the pandemic. Prices of goods and real estate have declined as demand slowed and inventory piled up. Plane maker Boeing says it has reached a tentative labor agreement with its U.S. workers. The firm has agreed to provide a 25% pay hike to about 32,000 workers. The deal also includes improved retirement benefits and enhanced safety and quality control measures. If the workers' union accepts the deal, it would be Boeing's first full labor agreement in 16 years. Australian banking giant Westpac has named Anthony Miller as its next CEO. Miller joined the firm in 2020 after serving in various roles at Deutsche Bank and Goldman Sachs. He will replace Westpac's current chief executive Peter King on December 16. King is retiring after nearly 5 years at the helm of the Australian bank. In India, the initial public offering or IPO or home loan provider of Bajaj Housing Finance has opened for bidding by small investors. This is the first IPO from India's Bajaj Group in about 31 years. Investors can apply to buy stakes in Bajaj Housing Finance until September 11. Earlier, the firm raised about $209 million from large institutional investors. Bajaj Housing Finance aims to raise about $702 million during the IPO. American rail operator Norfolk Southern says it has opened a probe against its CEO Alan Shaw. This comes after reports said that Shaw was involved in an inappropriate workplace relationship. The company said that its audit committee is working with a law firm to conduct an independent investigation. Canadian retail firm Alimentation Couche-Tard says it has opened to talk with Japan's 7&I Holdings. This comes after Canadian firm's $38.5 billion takeover offer was rejected by 7&I Holdings. The 7-Eleven retail chain operator said that the offer was not in the best interest of its shareholders. American satellite TV operator DirecTV has filed a complaint against entertainment giant Disney. This comes after talks about a new broadcast deal between the two firms collapsed last week. Disney pulled channels like ESPN and ABC from DirecTV customers. The satellite TV operator says Disney has violated rules of the United States' Federal Communications Commission. Tech giant Apple is all set to kick off its annual product launch event today. The event, titled It's Glow Time, will see the launch of several new products by the iPhone maker. The star of the event is likely to be the latest iPhone series, featuring new artificial intelligence capabilities. The phone is expected to have 4 different models: the iPhone 16, iPhone 16 Plus, iPhone 16 Pro and iPhone 16 Pro Max. Elon Musk has denied reports regarding a new deal between his artificial intelligence startup xAI and electric car firm Tesla. The report suggested that Tesla's plans to license xAI or AI model to help power its self-driving software. In return, xAI would reportedly receive a portion of Tesla's revenue. However, Tesla CEO Musk said that the report is not accurate. He said that while Tesla has learned from discussions with xAI, there is no need to license anything. About 75% of the staff at file-sharing platform WeTransfer are being laid off. The move was announced by platform's Italian owner, Bending Spoons. The firm's CEO said that he wants a smaller and more focused team to work at WeTransfer. Bending Spoons acquired the Netherlands-based WeTransfer earlier this year. Moving to sports, we start with cricket, of course. India's cricket board has unveiled the squad for the first test against Bangladesh. The 16-member squad featured an uncapped pacer, Yash Dayal, while Rohit Sharma has been named the captain of the team. Wicket-keeper batter Rishabh Pant also featured in the squad list. The series marks his return to the Test cricket for the first time since December 2022. The first test starts on September 19th in India's Chennai city. Pakistan's cricket board has ruled out a venue change for the Test series against England. PCB chairman Mohsin Naqvi said that the entirety of the 3-matches series will be held in Pakistan. He added that the matches will be played in Multan and Rawalpindi. This comes after reports emerged that Pakistan is looking to move the Test series to UAE or Sri Lanka because of renovation work at the stadiums. England all-rounder Moeen Ali has announced his retirement from international cricket. He has played a total of 289 matches from England from 2014 to the year 2024. Ali said he has done his part and it's time for him to become a coach. In an interview, he said he took the decision to retire after not being called up for England's upcoming white ball series against Australia. India's football governing body, the AIFF, has agreed to pay a compensation to former coach Igor Stimac. He is set to receive $400,000 from the board. Stimac was sacked from his position after India's humiliating exit from the World Cup qualifiers. A bitter dispute followed after Simak demanded his dues. Both the sides have now decided to end the spat with this agreement. Cristiano Ronaldo's goal-scoring streak rages on. He fired late during Portugal's match against Scotland in the Nations League. The goal helped Portugal register a 2-1 win. Ronaldo netted in the 88th minute to register 901st goal of his career. Argentina's Lionel Messi sent an emotional message to Luis Suarez after Suarez played the final international match of his career. The FIFA World Cup qualifiers match between Uruguay and Paraguay on September 7th was Suarez's last. Messi appeared on a video praising him and his contributions towards his national side. He said Suarez leaves behind a legacy for the people today and for the generations to come. In tennis, world's #1 Jannik Sinner of Italy clinched the US Open title. He defeated Taylor Fritz of America 6-3, 6-4, 7-5 to lift the trophy. This was Sinner's first ever US Open victory. He's also the first Italian man to lift the silverware at the Flushing Meadows in New York. Over in the women's draw of the US final, world #2 Aryna Sabalenka cruised to victory. She downed America's Jessica Pegula 7-5, 7-5 to win the title for the first time. Sabalenka broke down into tears of joy after securing the victory. She went on to thank the spectators after the match. Rebecca Cheptegei, a Ugandan runner who was honoured on a giant screen at the Paralympic Games in Paris. Cheptegei, who competed in the Paris Olympics marathon, died after being set on fire by her boyfriend in Kenya. The 33-year-old athlete passed away 4 days after suffering severe burns from the attack. Spectators applauded as her image was displayed at the Esplanade des Invalides in tribute. The 2024 Paralympics in Paris drew to a close. The closing ceremony took place at the iconic Stade de France Stadium. Some 24 music artists took over the stage to throw an epic electronic party. Paris's mayor handed over the Paralympic flag to International Paralympic Committee President. Moving to the world of showbiz, singer Taylor Swift and her footballer beau Travis Kelce were spotted at US Open's men's finals. The Cupid-struck couple attended the event in chic-looking attires. They were accompanied by celebrities, artists like Usher and footballer Patrick Mahomes. American rapper and songwriter Kendrick Lamar is all set to perform at the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show. He has previously also performed at the mega American football spectacle in 2022. The 2025 Super Bowl game will be played on the 9th of February next year. According to reports, singer Adele has turned down a deal worth $200 million. This was offered to her to continue touring. A few days ago, Adele announced that she's taking a long break. She said in a statement that she has worked for 7 years and now it's time to live. South Korean girl group Blackpink member Jae Kim has signed a solo deal with Columbia Records. The company will release her new solo single in October. 1889's Columbia Records is one of the oldest surviving American record labels. Rapper Sean Combs has listed his Beverly Hills mansion for sale. It has been listed at a whopping price of nearly $60 million. This was the same house which was raided by the police some time ago in connection to an ongoing human trafficking investigation. However, no charges were levied against him. According to reports, Selena Gomez has entered the youngest billionaire club. She has achieved this through her entrepreneurial ventures, especially her beauty brand Rare Beauty. Apart from her beauty venture, money from her album sales, real estate, investments and brand partnerships also contribute to her net worth. Beetlejuice collected a staggering $110 million from over 400,000 North American theaters in its opening weekend. This brings the film's global tally to around $145 million. It was produced on a budget of $100 million when it was released. The 81st Venice Film Festival wrapped up over the weekend. Spanish director Pedro Almodovar went home with the Golden Lion Award for his film The Room Next Door. Nicole Kidman and Vincent Lindon were honored with the acting prizes. Lifetime Achievement Awards were given to American actress Sigourney Weaver and Australian director Peter Weir. Meanwhile, American-Australian actor Nicole Kidman had to leave the Venice Film Festival abruptly. This is after she learned that her mother has passed away. She dedicated her Venice Award to her mother. The reason for her death remains unknown. And finally, English actor Orlando Bloom has to undergo a massive transformation for his role in The Cut. He had to lose nearly 23 kilograms for his role in the upcoming boxing drama. In an interview, he said losing this much weight was also mentally challenging for him. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us. I am Yahya Sinwar and we'll see you right back here tomorrow. Stay informed and stay tuned to Firstpost.